speak also on this amendment in regard to notification, and we did discuss it in detail on the committee. And we do in this amendment take into consideration that yes, abuse could be occurring in the family unit, and we've seen examples of that. We're all very aware of that. But we've also seen examples of where abuse occurs outside a family unit. So if we deny parents the right to notify them about their daughters, we could in effect be covering for a perpetrator outside of that family unit. So what do we do in those cases? I mean, we can see nowadays that abuse is taken very seriously, and rightly so. We have TUSLA and we have an onus on each and every one of us to report any suspected abuse, and so do teachers in schools and so forth. But if we don't give that right to a parent, that notification right, and the majority of parents are good parents, and yes, we have had cases, as I've outlined, where there has been abuse in the family unit. But does that mean then that we're going to let that perpetrator get away? We're talking about a minor who might be in a very vulnerable situation. We're talking about, as we are all very aware in this House, online grooming of minors is on the increase. And you could have a case where a minor could get pregnant and feel very vulnerable. And I feel that the right of those parents to know is a right that should not be denied. I think this is a very reasonable amendment based on common sense. And I mean, we have taken into consideration, as I've stated, that there are cases where parents can't be notified. We're cognizant of that. But we can't let perpetrators outside of the family unit, or indeed outside of the immediate family, get away with abuse, because we know that that has happened also, where abuse has been covered up. Now, there's much talk in this House about moving on and making our society better for people, and indeed safer for our young people, particularly our young girls. But if we don't notify parents, we will have the case where we will have perpetrators of abuse and paedophiles getting away, basically. And we can't have that sort of a system either. So what we're asking for here as legislators is, for the right thing to be done here, for a sense of reason and common sense to be portrayed and indeed implemented in this situation. We feel that it does need a common sense approach, and we can't allow, as I say, perpetrators or those who are involved in grooming girls online get away with a horrendous act. It needs to be punished. So we need to make sure there's no loopholes given to those type of people. Garmagif.